With Valentine's Day coming up, a lot of people are wondering why they can't find a date again this year. Maybe your emotional baggage is holding you back. Well, we have some ways to help spring clean your love life today. And relationship expert Rick Brown joins us now with more of those tips. Always good to see you, Rick. Appreciate you being here. Let's talk about this. You say one of your tips is unpack the emotional baggage. What do you mean by that?
Well, when we get into a relationship, we often find ourselves either hurt or frustrated or upset with our partner. And usually that reaction that we have probably has about 10% to do with them and 90% to do with something else. And instead of focusing on the 10% that they have, can I take a look deeper? What is it about me? What is it that really got stirred up in me? And can I find a way to express and talk about that in a way that's not wounding?
But introspection is hard because you say, this is the way I am, this is the way I like things. If people don't like it, I'll find somebody else. Yet they go through that pattern all the time, don't they?
They keep going through it over, because actually what's happening in relationships is we are being pushed probably by two universal unconscious things. We want to connect. There's a universal yearning to connect with somebody, and at the same time we are trying to complete ourselves. So what happens is we get drawn into relationships with partners who at first we look like we're compatible, but what we actually find is that we have some friction around our incompatibility, and that's usually when couples either split, call it quits, or get stuck in these power struggles.
I'm curious, you see couples all the time talking about some of these issues. What is the moment where people finally realize this may be about me? Is there a trigger that often happens for people where they realize it's not everybody else, I've got a problem I got to take care of?
Yeah, well, that is actually where we have to get to, and some people get there a little quicker than others. Others have to go through relationship after relationship after relationship, and finally they say, hey, what's the common denominator in this? It's me, and I got to take a closer look at why am I getting so upset about this? Why? And I keep repeating that over and over again.
You also say unrealistic expectations can be a problem. How do we become realistic when we think we know what we want?
Well, if you look at all the dating sites, Match.com, eHarmony.com, IWantYou.com, whatever it is, they're all about trying to find somebody who has things in common with you, things that you like, things about you. But what you're actually going to be drawn to is somebody who has not only those things in common, but will actually pull your greatest growth edge out. So they will, if you're drawn to somebody who looks up to you, admires you, loves you, you're going to be attracted to that, but what they're going to do, you're going to get in a relationship with somebody who's going to want you to be a little less self-centered, a little less self-focused, learn how to stretch and care about others. They're going to pull that part in you, and that's what's really exciting about relationships. Unfortunately, most couples decide, wrong person, they're out of here, do it again.
Before we let you go, we've been talking a lot about dating, but married couples also need a spring cleaning a lot of times. Right. How so?
Well, in the sense that can you really step back and look at your relationship and say, what is it my partner's actually been saying about me? Can I take a deeper look at that and say, well, maybe there's some truth to that. I hear it over and over again from my wife or my husband. Maybe there's something I need to look at in that.
All right. What's your website in case people want to read more about you and your writings?
It's rickbrown.org, O-R-G.
All right. One of the best in the country. We got him right here in Orlando. Good to see you, Rick. Always great having you in here.